Hi guys, good morning. So today is January 7th, 2019, and I'm going to show you I work in HTML, xah-html-mode, how I use it like most people use org-mode. And okay, so let's begin. And maybe I'll do something else, but first of all, let's just start working on it. Help command log mod. I'm gonna turn it on, and I've shown this yesterday, but there's new way to turn it on. So run that, run that, run that, so you can see all the commands I'm calling. Okay, so what I want to do, this is evil apple. This is my programming blog. Let's go to my keyboard blog. So keyboard blog, I have these Japanese keyboard layouts. So first of all, I discuss Japanese writing system, then Japanese input system. Then you can see how to type Japanese. So if you read this, you can actually try to type Japanese. The Japanese language is fairly complicated. It involves Chinese characters, involves Japanese phonetics. It also involves actually English letters. English letters like ABC is considered, in fact, part of the Japanese language. So anyway, so this page is long because it covers the Japanese, introduction to writing system, and then how to type Japanese, then special keys on Japanese keyboards, and Japanese keyboard layouts. Now, actually, there are quite a few Japanese keyboard layout as well. Like in English, we have QWERTY and Vorak and Comac and Walkman and so on. But in Japanese, it's even more complicated. So there are actually many varieties of different, fairly different, very different input systems to enter Japanese. They usually in the name of efficiency. They try to design a system that's most efficient. So Japanese keyboard layouts. So there are quite a few. M-type layout, so they are invented in the past 20 or 30 years. But the funny thing is actually they never caught on, just like Vorak. In fact, the vast majority of Japanese, they are using a system that is the most inefficient. But actually, yeah, they are using a system the most inefficient, just like the English QWERTY. So anyway, this page is pretty long, Japanese keyboard layout. So they have the standard is QWERTY JIS. That is the most the most popular and the most inefficient. But there are several others. M-type, there's JIS X6004 layout, and there's Nicola layout, thumb shift layout, Tron layout. It's fascinating if you are into design of things, designing of systems. So but what am I doing? What I'm gonna do is today is, this page is too long, so and it covers basically in two type of topics: how to input Japanese and the different layouts. So I'm gonna split it into 2 pages. So let's work on that. Japan input method. So in general, in other languages, in English you just type on keyboard. You don't have input method. But in other languages such as Japanese, Chinese, Russian, and Arabic or Persian, any language using the Arabic abjad, they call it abjad. The Arabic alphabet. You would need a different input system, input method. It's called input method. So I'm gonna split this page. Now this page is, why is that slow there? So this page is that page, right? So I'm gonna split. I'm gonna create a new page. It doesn't exist yet, but I'm gonna create it, and put part of the first page into the second. So no, I used to do this. Okay, normally what I do is, okay, let me turn on. So open that, copy, close, go here, open, create new, yes, paste. Then you can show here, okay, Japanese input layout. Basically, so far these two pages are exactly the same, but now I need to edit it. So copy the title, open, call command to modify the title, and done. So you can see the title is changed. Then I go to here, update the date, so you can see the date is changed. Well, I want to show you this, but forget. So let's do it again. Update title, yes. Then update the date, yes, yes. Okay, and remove that because this is a new page. And now I copy that and copy all the way down up to here. You see, like remove it. So now you show it here. It's basically empty except the templates. Then I close this, I go back to the first page, I open it, and I copy whatever part of the things here, like delete it actually. Wait. So I basically copy it and delete it, save, but I don't want to save, but because I'm gonna show you something else. Save it, close it, then open a new one, then paste it here, then showing browser. You can see. So that's what I usually do. But because I do this so much so often, I wrote a Emacs Lisp Emacs command to do that. So for example, so let me show you that. So I open this page, now I delete it because we're gonna do this all over again. So I try to open it, it says create, it doesn't exist, so I don't want to create it. So instead of that, what I do now, the command is, let me show you. So basically I want to clone this HTML. So the command is called, I just put a cursor here. Well, first of all, I create this line. This line contains the file name and the title here. Then I move the cursor to the first link. Then I call xah clone. Xah copy HTML by link. So that is it. So I do that. Okay, so that's done. Actually, that's done. So I just noticed something interesting. When you call Emacs Smex, when you call that, the command the command you just called does not show here in this panel. So that's okay. That's interesting. Anyway, so I just created that page. You see, I open it. You can see it cloned for me. It's already, it just cloned for me. Just it basically, like the manual process I did before. But this is still no good. Let's go to the date. So I still have to remove date. Actually, the name, the title is not changed. You see, the title is still no good. Close, save. So the title should be copy, open, update title. Yes, title should be that. Then I'm gonna remove the whole thing. Remove showing browser. You see. Okay, that's that. So the command I just called is xah-html copy. Again, let me show you. So now it's 12:13. How long we've been talking? For 5 minutes. Let's end at 12:20. Okay, xah copy HTML by link. So that's the that is the Emacs Lisp code. So you see, it's still inconvenient because once it cloned the page, actually I still have to remove the content, and change the date and change the title. But I created another Emacs command that's uh, general purpose. Yeah, let's show that because that's the purpose of this tutorial anyway. I'm just gonna show you some HTML command. Oh, I was going to talk. In fact, I want to talk about how most people use org-mod. Yeah, let's cut into that. Let's talk about that a little bit. So Emacs, oops, Emacs. Emacs tutorial org-mod. Org-mod. So you see this org-mod. You probably already know org-mod is kind of just a markup system like Markdown, but except it's much more feature rich. So first of all, I have a tutorial here. First of all, I explain how it's basically a markup system. Then you can you can use it as a outline system, meaning that you can collapse the headers, and move the headers around. So that is new from the markup systems. Then then uh, um, then you have what else? Okay, create headings. Yeah, and you also have all the shortcuts. Shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts to create headings. But actually, you can type them. That's one of the advantage of Markdown. It's simple and readable. Uh, okay, so you have keyboard shortcut system. You have keys to move the headings. The branches of the tree, and okay, 12, 16. So org-mod programming code. Yeah, you can also mark up programming code. And the thing is, you can actually so in this way, it's not just markup programming code, but you can also evaluate the code. So in this way, the org-mod becomes a language embedding system. It's kind of became like a notebook. There's a notebook system that's popular these days. I forgot what's the name. I don't use it, but it's basically it's a copy of a Mathematica. Jargons, programming languages. It's a copy of the Mathematica interface. The Mathematica interface, notebook looks like that. You can have text, you can have headings, you can have equations, you can have graphics. So this is called notebook interface. It became popular in the past 2 or 3 years. I forgot the name. So so they implement Python language and all that. But anyway, org-mod is kind of like a notebook format, and it's nice because as compared to what before the notebook, basically it's compared to command line system. Like this is command line, which they usually call it something eval loop print repo. Yeah, read eval print loop. That terminology actually came from Scheme Lisp, from the book SIXP, Syntax and Interpretation of Computer Programs, Structure and Interpretation of Structure and Interpretation of Programming or Programs. Yeah, programs. That's a very popular book back in the 1990s. Actually, I read it. It's one of the best book I've read. I would, yeah, it is. But today the information, there's so much information. I think it's still worth reading if you have time. But it's not a practical book in the sense that, like when you read a Python, how to, you actually start to program Python. It's the thick book. Let's not get into that. So we have been distracted. I have digressed. So let's go back to the Emacs. So I was talking OGMod. Yeah, I was talking about OGMod, Mathematica interface, notebook interface. So OGMod. You probably, if you haven't it, you can try it. So then you can use OGMod for to do, and it has features like you can mark when did you start, what time did you start, what time it's done, list of to dos and tag and keywords. Yeah, so that's that's the most basic features, the categorization of features. These, but there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot more. So a lot of people, they use OGMod all the time. That's OGMod is in fact one of the package software that made Emacs popular to many people otherwise who wouldn't use Emacs. But okay, so OGMod. So I use OGMod, but not much. Turns out OGMod is pretty structured. The text needs to be structured. I end up not using it much because um, because whenever I use OGMod, I just ends up using just like plain text. I just type random plain text. I would show you my file of my to do. It's just chaotic, just text. And if I want to separate, I just use that command is that insert form feed. Form feed is the character control L. So if you type, well, let's not get into that. But anyway, so I end up not using OGMod much, and actually because I've been writing HTML so much since 1997 manually, in 1997, it all began manually. Like when you want to write HTML, you do that. Then you want that's in the beginning. Then Emacs helps, of course. Emacs has a HTML package, and you can add tags automatically. But eventually I wrote a lot of my own code, and so I've been working in HTML for like 20 years or 30 20 something years. So these days, actually, whenever I want to write notes, I just create HTML raw almost. For example, let's say so now it's HTML mod, HTML okay, so I have let's save this page, xxxhtml. So how are you today? Okay, question mark. That's it. That there you have it, a basic HTML page. Then so you need the CSS, you need styles, right? So wait, let me show you the other panel. It's important so you can see the command of what I'm doing. So let's add a style, CSS. Let's say font. Let's switch to CSS mod. Wait, so font size. Okay, wait, so body P font size 2em. No, 2em is too big. Well, wait, let's just say font. Oops. Font oh, not font family, that's right. Let's leave that. Switch back to HTML. Let's see. So I became just writing HTML manually. So and this way is almost similar to how you use org-mod, because yeah, you can add code as well. For example, let's say I want to add Python code. So I actually call the command that, and it asks me a language code. Let's say Python. Okay, because Python is popular. Actually, between Python and Ruby and Perl, I think Ruby is the best. It's simpler in syntax, and it's they are equally powerful. But Ruby, I think it's a better language. But Ruby didn't start because, well, let's not get let's talk about some other day. So Python. So you see, I have a Python code here, and I call a command, and it creates a new buffer and put me in Python mod. So now I can type Python here. So print 3 plus 4, for example, and I can evaluate it. So I get 7. So if this is good, I copy it, delete the buffer, paste it here, and show in HTML. So now I have it, and actually I can color this code. So you see, it's colored. So showing HTML, it's not colored here because I need the CSS. Okay, let's create one then. What directory am I in? Okay, so go to my computer blog. I have the CSS code here. This is the CSS file. You can see if I go, you see, so here is the CSS that contains the syntax coloring specification for like keyword, like programming language keywords and stuff. So close the file. So basically this file is what I want, CSS file. So copy the file path. Oops, copy the file path. Copy the file path. Close. Now we are back here, and paste the file path and press a key, and it becomes a link. And now I don't need this style anymore. So show in browser. So there it is. You see. So I'm using HTML-mode my own. So you can. Oh, 26. Okay. Well, I've been talking long, but since let's go on. You can skip it, or stop watching. I like when I read tutorials. I never liked videos. Like today, there are a huge amount of video. Every tutorial, like this video format, and it seems a lot of people like it. It's popular, but I don't like it because you have to spend tremendous time to watch it, and of course you can skip. But even with skipping, you don't get table of contents. You don't get like the overview of the whole thing. I rather prefer when learning a language or technical stuff, math. I prefer to read, so I rather read some tutorial or Wikipedia, so I can scan and I don't. Yeah, I generally don't like videos. So anyway, so what were we talking? We were talking. So I'm showing you this. Yeah, so I'm just showing you this xah-html-mode. So let's see. Describe key. So okay, describe key. Describe key. So here is the xah-html-mode. That's how I get into look at the file here. Okay, this is the way I jump to my Emacs Lisp files. So the way I jump to Emacs Lisp file, I mean, this is convenient. Okay, so this is a trick, a tip you might want to use. So there are many tricks to open files, like there's bookmarks, open bookmark, or open so one of the way, whenever you want to open a Emacs Lisp file, especially your own, all you do is just do a describe function, for example HTML-mode. So that is the default HTML mod that come with Emacs. So you can you can just go there and jump to the file. So you see, and then you can go to the directory. You see, this is the file. So this way, this method of opening files allows you to open basically any Emacs Lisp file. You don't have to put in bookmarks. You don't have to. You don't need bookmarks or anything. So any Emacs Lisp file, you can open it this way. So for me, or if you know the key binding for the command, for example, I know my key binding for the command xah-html-mode, so I can just call describe key, describe key, then I type my key, then it says, okay, that key runs xah-html-mode, and tab, then I jump to my file, and once in my file I can go to the directory or look at things. So I need to remove these I need to remove those backup files, delete. So anyway, so yeah, you can use my HTML mod. It's this mod is actually the mod that contains the most line of code of I have written, close to 4,000 in one file. But actually, my other mod is actually better, because this mod is just HTML is a lot of processing. You have to parse the tag. But anyway, so this HTML mod I've been using for like 10 years now. So it's like, this is like my org mod. So everything I write is just depends on this, and also functions outside of that file, because some HTML commands I use is not generic. It's not for the general public. For example, let's say insert xah, insert my own stuff. It's in my Emacs init. Let's look at it. So now I'm using bookmark to open my Emacs Key Bindings. Now this Key Bindings is in my Emacs init file, and you can see HTML. So for example, this HTMLize is a great package I use. This package is what makes the syntax curling possible. I'm using this library. So anyway, so I was going to show you my other HTML stuff. So I have other commands here. For example, this command I just showed you earlier is not part of the xah-html mod. And insert MIDI, not many people use MIDI these days, so know what it is. Let's say defun. You see, so you have all these commands. Remove Wikipedia link, remove all Wikipedia link. xah new page. Okay, so let's close that. Close. We don't need this anymore. Close. New video, WinGolf DD lines. Okay, that's my Emacs blog. Close. Okay, so we are back to this problem. In fact, I haven't started yet. But I think we are done. So let me just finish. Then you can always stop watching. Like I said before, when you feel. I'm just going to Japanese writing systems. So let me finish this. Japanese writing systems. How to type Japanese. So basically, I just work on my website. This is almost like what I do every day. Sometimes, writing commands, or working on my website. Special key, Japanese keyboard layout. So I'm not going to, I'm going to do this in more detail offline. But for now, let's just show you the general structure of things. How to type Japanese, that's right. So copy all the way down. Okay, so up to here, cut. So okay, I just cut that and go back here, paste, show in browser. So Japanese input method, so and this I want to make it singular, not plural. Japanese input method. Okay, and then copy copy file path, close, go back here and put a link and say, first of all, here's a intro to Japanese language, because you need to know that before you even start to learn about Japanese input methods. Okay, so you see, so Japanese keyboard layouts. So first of all, you need to here's the intro to Japanese language. Then you read that. Okay, so that's the basic system. Then you read about different layout. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. And if you have some comments. If you have questions. Actually, if you liked my video, thumb up, thumb down stuff. And yeah, actually, if you want to watch me do something, say it. Bye.